It's currently about just after midnight, and we are getting ready to set off from Ohio to Virginia Beach. We have got about 247 miles of range. We're almost at full. I actually forgot to turn off Hilltop Reserve mode until maybe 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock yesterday. So we're not at 100%. You can see the blinking light means that we're still charging, so I'm gonna go ahead and get unplugged. One more thing before we take off. Here's our first section of trip. 1 hour, 51 minutes, 120 miles. Get there around 2:14 in the morning. We have 230 miles of range with the AC on, so that'll be no problem getting there. And I believe that one's at A Sheets, but it's only gonna be 2, so don't think we'll be eating quite yet. Gwendy's gonna read, and I'll probably put on a podcast. We are just pulling off of the highway. It's 2:21 a.m. and we should be pulling up to our first charger. I believe it's an EVgo station, and I actually haven't used this one before. I've done this trip before, but we didn't use this one the first time. The route's a little different this time. Some of the chargers weren't working farther down along the route, so it had to switch it up. I used a better route planner. Our efficiency's actually been quite bad. I thought we'd get here with like 100 miles left. We have 50. I'm guessing it's because we've been doing the highway speeds around 70 miles an hour most of the trip, compared to my car is probably more calibrated for just like the city driving. I don't take the highways as much. So we're pulling in. You see where the chargers are?
Around back.
She says they're around back. Here are the stations. What are we working with? Those are little ones. Not sure what the different types are. I don't use EVgo much. It's probably gonna be Electrify America for most of our trip, but the differences probably don't matter as much for me because we're only gonna be pulling about 50 kilowatts anyways. So I'm gonna jump out and get plugged in, and we might run inside, use the bathroom, maybe get some food or something, and then I will update you guys again before we take off. Real quick, we were able to get hooked up without any issues. If you can see, we're pulling about 47, 48, 45 kilowatts. The car only pulls 50, so it's about what we can expect. We'll be here for a bit, but I'm glad we were able to do this without any issues. And I actually saw on the screen it said EVgo is powered 100% by renewable energy. That's the first time I've heard that, which is really cool if it's true. Alright, we are finishing up charging here in Freeport. We've been charging for about 32 minutes. Our next stop's 99 miles away, so I'm getting to like 140 and then we'll take off. It's gonna cost us about 10 bucks. So not too bad, just kind of boring. I think this will get more eventful once the sun comes up. Now, I probably won't film too much between these stops. We are headed to Bedford, PA. It's another Sheets. Here's the stats. If you're interested, you can pause. Going to stop our charge. 35 minutes, 25 kilowatt hours delivered. We're at 69% state of charge. Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was almost 11 bucks. Not bad, especially for the times. Hooked back up, close the port, close the port, close the port, close the port. Oh, I left this flap up. Alright, and we're off. We just arrived in Bedford, PA, I believe. Got off of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, went through the lights. You can see the Chargers glowing up the street. We are at another Sheetz. This Charger we did go to last time, and this area is incredibly boring. Should be getting a light. So we left around 40 extra miles as our buffer to get here. It was 99 miles to drive. We left with just barely 140 miles of range, and we are pulling in with 39. So it worked out exactly as the car had predicted, so it seems to have adjusted for the highway. I'll just try the first slot here. But it was a lot of hills going through Pennsylvania, so we were anywhere from 50 miles estimated to 20, but didn't get too worried about it, and if I did, we could just slow down. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in here. I don't think we're gonna get any food yet. It's currently 4:38. I think the sun will come up at around 6, so maybe we'll get breakfast at our next spot. Got a Pedialyte instead. The key to getting these is you gotta go to Sheetz, and they don't all do it, but sometimes they keep them cold. This one was in the fridge with the food, and they are way better. All right, just finishing up charging here in Bedford, PA. We are once again at 69%. Nice. There's our stats. Charge time 39 minutes. I was watching TikTok, forgot a little bit. Charging cost $6. Can't beat it. Let's stop. $6.40. Amazing. Let's pull this guy out. Goes back in. Back in here. Thank you, Benjamin. $6. Finish. Hit the button. And we're done. We are headed to... Our next stop is in Maryland at a Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart.
And I think there might be some food around. I was looking on PlugShare. There might be a Sonic, and I have a Sonic gift card, but it's gonna be 6:50 in the morning, so it probably won't be open yet. We'll see what we can find. I left a 40-mile buffer again. 97 miles. We have 142. The sun's starting to come up, so I'm gonna try to get a time lapse of it. So hopefully that will play now. We are at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
It was a little bit out of the way, but we still have 48 miles left, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna grab this and hop over to the Walmart and charge back up. We are turning into the Walmart. Maybe we haven't.
I don't think we have been.
We haven't. I thought this was one that we had been to, but we have not, because we remember the one that had like the stalls straight.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, I don't remember where that was now, but I see the chargers over here. They're like back to back in an interesting way, but
That's how they were at the outlets. Back to back.
shouldn't be an issue. This time I'm not gonna take the Chattanooga. There's an ID4, but it's not charging. We got our Chick-fil-A to eat while we charge. So far, no charging issues, which is a great start. 2 for 2. Plus the last Electrify America we did was super cheap, so I'm hoping this one could be $4 or $5 again. That would be awesome. We have connecting the vehicle, so I'm gonna get on my app and charger 3, swipe, initiating. Alright, my camera died, but the charge started up fine. We are at 134 miles of range. Here's our next slot on our trip. 90 miles, an hour and 45 minutes to, I believe they called it a town center. I don't know what it is, but that's gonna be our last charger before we get into Virginia Beach. Charge time 31 minutes. This one was 10 bucks. Not as good as the last, but that's okay. It's not gonna be $5 every time. Alright, we are pulling into our last charging stop. You're gonna have to help me look for it in here. It looks like it's at a mall. We might have been to this. I have charged here once before. Last time it was actually full. There's nobody here today. We haven't seen any other cars charging, I don't think, all day. But if you point this way, we're at a mall. I wonder, it's 9:40, they might be open.
The mall itself might be open, but not all the stores.
We might go walk around and just see what they have in there. What do you think?
Sure.
Alright, we just got plugged in at our last charging stop. I'm just gonna run through what it looks like when you get there. Electrify America will recognize in the app where you are. We are in, we're in Virginia now.
Nice.
In Spotsylvania. So you'll just pull up the charger on here. We are number 4. Number 2 is unavailable. And then I'm already plugged in, so I can just swipe to charge. It will process my payment, initiate charging. The machine will probably ramp up and then my charge should start. We've had a smooth experience so far, so let's hope that keeps going. Oh, and it says vehicle timeout. Let's get out and see what this says on our screen. Sometimes this will happen and it will work anyways, but no power in the car yet. Your vehicle is no longer communicating with the charger. To start a new charging session, unplug and reconnect, but my phone is gonna be stuck now. Alright, back in the car. I just moved stalls. Finally says charge error on my phone here from the last try. So I'm gonna hop out. Let's try. This one is stall 3. The connector is in better shape. So we're hooked in. I'm gonna let this screen connect. And then I will try my phone again. Switching this to 3. Start charge, processing payment. If you can hear that, the machine did fire on this time. And it does say initiating charging on the screen. That's where it would have said there was an error before. So I have a feeling this one's working. And the good thing about Electrify America is we can run in the mall and it'll tell me on my phone if it stops. And there we go. You can see we are bumped up to 50 kilowatts. We're charging. And I think we're gonna go take a break in the mall, come back out, and finish the last leg of the trip to Virginia Beach. All right, we are walking back to the car.
I was rocking my shoe.
We ended up staying in the mall longer than we thought. We just shopped around and played some games. But so I think we were at 75%. Here's the car. I'm gonna see what we're at. We might have to stop again. It's like, yeah. So it says we have 178, and I think the hotel was like 150 something away. So I might stop real quick for like 10 minutes. One more time before we get all the way back. So I'm gonna stop here, and there's a Walmart that's like right along the way. So I think we'll stop at a Walmart one more time, and then after that we'll be done. We can go to the hotel. All right, we stopped one more time. And I got so tired I barely filmed it, but just topped off before we get there. Our check-in isn't for a few hours. But look at this stop. Not sure how good you can see, but there are 20 stalls here. It's the most that I've seen so far. But we got back to 106. We only have 44 miles to go till we're there, but we got some time to kill, so we will meet you at the hotel. Our road trip has come to an end. We made it. We made it to the beach. The water is across the street. Oh, there's some water, but the ocean is across the street this way. But that's for a different video. And that's all.
That's all.